Hello everyone. So I'm here to explain a program that calculates the roots of a given function, particularly for a quadratic function in C program. So I first defined included the modules that I'm going to use, the math module and then the main module. So I defined I'll define the variables that I'm going to use, and then the function. So in this function, remember when we're calculating roots of a quadratic equation, we use the bulldozer method. So in the bulldozer, you have an expression that you have negative b plus or minus, and then the square root of a determinant. So it's I've defined the determinant here, and remember in mathematics, when the determinant is less than or equal to 0, the roots are real, and when the determinant is less than 0, when the determinant is greater than or equal to 0, the roots are real, and when the determinant is less than 0, the roots are complex. So I've provided for that here where I've said, so I've defined the determinant, which is b squared minus 4ac. So I say when the determinant is when the determinant is greater than or equal to 0, it will compute, the function will compute x1 and x2, which are the roots. Remember for x1, you either have two roots. You either have two roots for a given function, for a given quadratic equation. So I've defined the roots x1 and x2. So when the determinant is indicating a real roots, I'll have x1 and x2 being calculated. So I got the square root of that determinant, then added it to negative b for x1, and then divided everything by 2a, as in the quadratic formula. So that is for the first root. And then for the second root, negative b, then minus the square root of the determinant divided by 2a, as in the math quadratic formula. Everyone knows that. So here I print the result of x1 and x2 on the screen using the printf method function. So here I said when the determinant is less than 0, it brings this message to the user that the roots are complex. So I come here after defining the structure after defining the function. So this function performs all the computation when you give it the parameters, the integers a, b, and c. That's the corresponding values of x squared, x, and then x power 0. So so that is the function that does the computation. So I come to the main function. Then here I prompt the user to input the values of a, the values of b, and the values of c. But remember, since this is a quadratic equation, the value of a can't be 0. So I move out of the function if the value, I move out of the program if the value is a 0 for a. So this is the return 0 that makes me lets the program exit without producing an error, but just a message to the user that a can't be 0. So get the values of a, b, and c, then give them as arguments to the calculate function. So when you run this, and it will prompt you to enter the values of a, the values of b, and the values of c. So when you enter, it will produce the quadratic, the roots of that quadratic equation. Thank you.